a well behind the chapel where the grass won't ever grow. Folks say water turned to iron 37 years ago. Old Miss Carter leaves a wildflower on the stones each Sunday noon. Then she walks home through the cornfields before the rising of the moon. Don't draw water from that well. Don't lean close and speak your name. Some things buried under mercy still remember why they came. When the bucket strikes the darkness, you can hear the old rope groan. Don't draw water from that well unless you mean to carry something home. Her father preached the book of Matthew with a voice that shook the glass, but every sermon ended early when a freight train thundered past. One September after harvest, his youngest girl was gone. They found one shoe beside the hedgerow and her ribbon near the pond. Don't draw water from that well. Don't lean close and speak your name. Some things buried under mercy still remember why they came. When the bucket strikes the darkness, you can hear the old rope groan. Don't draw water from that well unless you mean to carry something home. Last winter Miss Carter found me with a shovel in my hand. She said, boy, the dead ain't restless, it's the living who can't stand. Then she placed that faded ribbon in the pocket of my coat, and the chapel bell rang once, though no hand was on the rope. I drew water from that well. I leaned close and spoke her name. The wind went still across the cornfield, and the church windows filled with rain. When the bucket reached the daylight, there was nothing there but stone and a little blue ribbon that I swear I'd left at home. Now each Sunday after midnight, someone walks the chapel ground, and the well behind the altar makes a slow and hollow sound. The station closed in '97. They pulled the timetable away, but Amos Reed still sweeps the platform at the dying of each day. He wears his father's railroad jacket, keeps one lantern trimmed and bright, though no train has crossed Bellwether in 20 years of night. Keep the red lantern burning, let it bleed against the rain. There's a dead upon the crossing, there's a name beneath the train. When the whistle shakes the valley and the dogs begin to cry, keep the red lantern burning, somebody's coming by. Amos had a boy named Daniel, wild as summer, barely grown. They fought beside the ticket window. Daniel swore he'd leave alone. Amos heard the midnight engine, saw his son out on the line. But pride can hold a man like iron, while mercy loses time. Keep the red lantern burning, let it bleed against the rain. There's a dead upon the crossing, there's a name beneath the train. When the whistle shakes the valley and the dogs begin to cry, keep the red lantern burning, somebody's coming by. Last October near the signal, Amos found a muddy shoe and a ticket punched for nowhere, dated 1992. Then a young voice from the darkness said, "Daddy, wave me through." Amos raised the lantern, trembling, and the dead rails started to move. Now the red lantern is burning where the station used to stand. There are two men on the platform, one is reaching for a hand. When the whistle shakes the valley, no one dares to question why. The red lantern stops burning when the morning train goes by. At sunrise, folks found Amos' jacket folded neatly by the track, and two sets of footprints in the cinders, but neither one came back. Mercy House took in the children, no one came to claim by spring. With iron beds and boiled potatoes and a chapel cold as tin, Miss Lenora stitched their clothing in a room beneath the stairs, where a black machine kept tapping long after she left there. Hear the sewing machine running, though the wheel is rusted still. Every stitch pulls through a secret, every needle knows the will. Mercy House could change a surname, could make poor children disappear. But the sewing machine keeps running, stitching back the names they cleared. My mother came there barely 8 years, with one suitcase tied in twine. They called her Ruth instead of Clara, said her old name was a lie. A wealthy couple came from Nashville, paid the matron cash in gold. They took her brother from the supper line, she never saw him grow old. Hear the sewing machine running, though the wheel is rusted still. Every stitch pulls through a secret, every needle knows the will. Mercy House could change a surname, could make poor children disappear. But the sewing machine keeps running, stitching back the names they cleared. When the county raised the building, I went digging through the ash, found a quilt beneath the floorboards, every square sewn front and back. One side held the names they gave them, clean and proper, blue and white. The other held the names their mothers whispered over them at night. Now the sewing machine is running in the courthouse by the hill. Every stolen name is spoken, every empty file is filled. My mother touched her brother's patchwork, read the town where he was sent, and the sewing machine stopped tapping when she said his name again. Some nights the quilt lifts from the table, though the windows all are closed, and 100 children's true names move like breathing through the fold. The Larkspur closed in 71, its ballroom roof fell through. Moss climbed across the fire escape, and ivy-filled room 2. But in the lobby after midnight, little red lights blink and burn, though every wire was cut for copper, and no guest has checked in since. The switchboard at the Larkspur keeps lighting room 13. A woman whispers, "Please connect me." Then the line goes cold and clean. You can pull the cords and leave them, you can break the ringing bell, but the switchboard at the Larkspur still knows who refused her help. Worked the night shift, wore a pencil through her hair. she knew every married traveler and which name he used in there. One July, a woman called her, said the mayor's locked my door. Send the sheriff, tell my sister. Then she heard the hallway floor. The switchboard at the Larkspur keeps lighting room 13. A woman whispers, please connect me. Then the line goes cold and clean. You can pull the cords and leave them. You can break the ringing bell. But the switchboard at the Larkspur still knows who refused her help. Mayor Shaw had paid off Mavis with a ring and 20 bills. She pulled the cord from 13 and let the whole floor still at dawn. They found the window open, found one heel beside the bed. Shaw said she had left for Memphis. Mavis never raised her head. Now the switchboard at the Larkspur lights each number one by one. Every room begins to whisper what the mayor said and done. I connected room 13 to the courthouse down the hill, and a woman gave a statement in her voice, both clear and still. By sunrise, Shaw's old monument had split across his name, and that Mavis buried wedding ring was hanging from the frame. One red light kept burning after every other fell on the switchboard at the Larkspur, where no one calls for help. After we buried my father, I came back to settle the land. The barn leaned into the north wind. The wheat broke dry in my hands. Out past the rusted windmill, where the south field turned to stone, a scarecrow wore his Sunday coat, the one he'd never loaned. That scarecrow in my father's coat keeps pointing toward the gate. One arm raised toward the county road, one bent beneath the weight. The crows won't land beside him, the cattle won't come close. There's more than straw still standing in my father's Sunday coat. The family worked that acreage when I was 10 years old. A mother, 2 young daughters, and a boy named Samuel Cole. Daddy claimed they stole his money, sent the sheriff after them. They left their supper on the table and were never seen again. The scarecrow in my father's coat keeps pointing toward the gate. One arm raised toward the county road, one bent beneath the weight. The crows won't land beside him, the cattle won't come close. There's more than straw still standing in my father's Sunday coat. town at sundown found 4 names sewn in the seam, and a courthouse receipt for 40 acres folded underneath the sleeve. The Coles had bought the Southfield, Daddy forged the final page. Then the scarecrow turned behind me, though the air was still as gray. Now the scarecrow wears no clothing, that black coat hangs on my door. I nailed the rightful deed beside it for whoever comes once more. But every night across the stubble, 4 shadows cross the road, and something made of wheat and wire knocks beneath my father's coat. At dawn the south gate stood wide open, though I chained it twice before. 4 sets of footprints crossed the wheat field, and mine stopped at the door. And mine stopped at the door. Behind the house on Galloway Road, an apple tree leans east, its branches black through every spring, its roots too deep to reach. My grandmother tied white ribbons there the morning I was born, then cut them down one Christmas Eve and fed them to the storm. The apple tree blooms in winter when the ground is iron and white. Red fruit hangs beneath the branches only on the coldest nights. You can taste one and remember every promise you betrayed. That apple tree blooms in winter, but its fruit won't let you stay. Kept the cellar locked and wore the key on thread. She said the jars held summer peaches. I heard someone breathe instead when fever took her late in March. She pulled me to her bed. Never dig beneath that apple tree. Some roots are fed by dread. That apple tree blooms in winter when the ground is iron and white. Red fruit hangs beneath the branches only on the coldest nights. You can taste one and remember every promise you betrayed. That apple tree blooms in winter, but its fruit won't let you stay. I dug there after Mama's burial while sleet erased the road. Found a child's brass button and a chain gone green with mold. Then the cellar door swung open, though the key was in my hand, and a little voice behind me said, "Sister, now you understand." Now the apple tree blooms in winter, and 2 shadows cross the snow. One belongs to who was buried, one to who refused to know. I took one fruit between my fingers, heard my mother start to pray. That apple tree blooms in winter, and tonight I mean to stay. By morning every branch was empty, every ribbon tied again, and two small sets of footprints stopped where the roots went in. On the hill above Briar Hollow, where the fence posts lean like men, Mrs. Vale still hangs a white shirt every evening after 10. No one's worn it since her husband left one harvest night in June, but she washes it on Mondays and brings it in before the moon. There's a shirt on the clothesline turning slowly in the wind. One sleeve points toward the cornfield, one keeps reaching for the house again. Mrs. Vale says leave it hanging. Some men wander, some men hide. There's a shirt on the clothesline for a man who never left her side. I was 12 when Sheriff Conley brought my father's truck back home. There was clay beneath the pedals and one button missing from his coat. Mama said he crossed the county, took our savings, took his name. But each night beneath her window I could hear the shovel scrape. There's a shirt on the clothesline turning slowly in the wind. One sleeve points toward the cornfield, one keeps reaching for the house again. Mama said don't ask the weather why the earth won't ever dry. There's a shirt on the clothesline and it knows where fathers lie. Last Sunday after supper, lightning split the sycamore. The white shirt tore loose from the wire and lay folded by my door. In the pocket was a button caked with 20 years of clay, and my father's wedding promise in the words my mother prayed. Now there's no shirt on the clothesline, but the wire still bows at night. Mama sits beside the window with her hands held clean and white. When the corn bends toward the farmhouse, I can hear the dry stalks sigh. There was a shirt on the clothesline for the man beneath the rye. At dawn, Mama crossed the pasture with no shoes upon her feet. By noon, the field was empty, but the clothesline held 2 sheets. preached every Sunday from a pulpit built of pine, with honey on his breakfast biscuit and damnation on his mind. By July the church stood empty, but a low hymn filled the hall, not from any living choir, from the bees inside the walls. Hear the bees inside the walls, working where the daylight ends. They make their honey out of secrets, wax and scripture, blood and sin. You can smoke them from the rafters, you can tear the plaster down, but the bees inside the walls know what fed this hungry town. When the mill closed, government flour came by rail. Coal kept half beneath the chapel, sold the rest beyond the veil, while the children chewed on cornbread thin enough to see the plate. He bought glass for every window and a silver garden gate. Hear the bees inside the walls, working where the daylight ends. They make their honey out of secrets, wax and scripture, blood and sin. You can smoke them from the rafters, you can tear the plaster down, but the bees inside the walls know what fed this hungry town. Golden calm fell at our feet. Every cell held scraps of paper, family names and pounds of wheat. Then the swarm rose round the pulpit, blackened every window pane. Cole ran barefoot through the graveyard, calling mercy by its name. Now the bees have left the walls, but their honey won't turn sweet. It tastes of empty winter cupboards and the children cold deceived. We poured every jar upon his grave, watched it soak into the ground, and the bees inside the walls built their kingdom farther down. Come spring, no flowers touch the churchyard, no birds settle on the cross, but beneath Reverend Cole's headstone, something golden dripped like loss. The county fair closed 20 years ago, but one wheel still turns in the weeds. Its white paint peeled, its cables moan, its seats rock empty in the breeze. I worked the gate that final summer, tore blue tickets one by one. My little sister climbed aboard just before the storm clouds come. Ferris wheel turns at midnight, though the power lines are down, round and round above the thistles, high above this sleeping town. Every seat comes back empty. Every chain cries out her name. The Ferris wheel turns at midnight, and I'm the one who walked away. Lightning struck the cottonwood. The midway lost its light. Folks ran blind through mud and canvas, calling children in the night. I heard her voice above the thunder. Brother, don't you leave me here. But fear can make a coward holy when he kneels to it in fear. The Ferris wheel turns at midnight. Though the power lines are down, round and round above the thistles, high above this sleeping town. Every seat comes back empty. Every chain cries out her name. The Ferris wheel turns at midnight, and I'm the one who walked away. Tonight I brought her a yellow sweater, still folded in a cedar chest. Laid it on the ticket counter where she used to stop and rest. Then the calliope began playing one slow hymn beneath the rain, and a small hand took my ticket from the dark behind the pane. Now the Ferris wheel turns slowly and one seat is coming down. There's a yellow sleeve still waving high above the sleeping town. I can hear my sister laughing like the night she disappeared. The Ferris wheel stops at midnight and the empty seat is here. Morning found the gate wide open with 2 tickets in the clay. One was dated 20 years ago. One was stamped today. Tower over Marlow wears a coat of peeling white, and one name carved beneath the ladder catches moonlight every night. No one living knows who cut it, though the letters run bone deep. Eliza May, I saw the fire, then the iron starts to weep. There's a name upon the water tower no paint can cover clean. Rain runs red across the letters like the rust remembers things. You can drain the tank by morning, you can lock the ladder down, but a name upon the water tower still looks over Marlow town. Eliza worked the cotton warehouse kept the payroll books at night. She found the owners shaved the wages from the hands who could not write. She copied every crooked number, hid the pages in a dress. Then the warehouse burned by sunrise, and the owners blamed the press. There's a name upon the water tower no paint can cover clean. Rain runs red across the letters, like the rust remembers things. You can drain the tank by morning, you can lock the ladder down, but a name upon the water tower still looks over Marlow Town. My grandfather drove the fire wagon, signed the papers, swore it true. Eliza struck the match herself, there was nothing we could do. But inside his cedar footlocker, under metals, dust and thread, I found the missing payroll pages and the scarf Eliza wore in red. Now her name upon the water tower shines above the courthouse square. Every stolen dollar's written on the iron under there. I nailed the pages to the warehouse where the weeds grow waist-high brown, and the name upon the water tower called my grandfather's down. At dawn the tank stood split wide open, though the summer sky was clear, and water crossed the cotton fields for the first time in 40 years.